today again with my 1969 Glastron ski boat. I just wanted to give an update tonight what I've kind of been doing with it. I bought it sight unseen a couple of weeks ago at an auction. Technically it was waterworthy at that point and I probably could have taken it out, but it just had a few issues. There was mold under the seats, moldy carpet in general, just a few things that needed to be fixed up and spruced up a little bit. So I'm just kind of going through it, doing a little bit of a touch-up. So when I first got the boat, there were some side panels along each side here that went, I think we were kind of screwed into the fiberglass from up there all the way to the back. This section in the back was open, and then there's just a smaller kind of lip on there to keep things onto this shelf right here. So what I've done, I took those panels off. There was some old vinyl behind there that was lining the back of that. I'd taken that off, and now I just got this side primed with gray, just kind of with a universal bonding primer. So I've got that all set up. I'm gonna be painting these sides. Actually, I've already started on the other side, which so far it's got a fresh coat right now. It's looking pretty good. So all I did, and you really can't tell a difference in the original color, even though I'm sure this is kind of faded from the original, but whatever was in this can pretty much matches that. And it wasn't even something I tried to color match either. It's just out of the can here, this pre-mixed camouflage army green paint from Rust-Oleum. That's literally all I put on there. So I think that's going to turn out pretty nicely and match pretty well. So once I got my sides all painted, I actually took it one step further. I added another coat of something, which is something I'm not sure if I would do this again. I took this truck bed coating. It's actually a clear coating from the Rust-Oleum brand. And I just took this and I put this over my paint. I was kind of going for more so for the look than the durability of it in this case. It is recommended for metals and not fiberglass, which obviously that's what this is. The goal I had in mind by adding this was kind of to give it just a little bit more textured look on the sidewalls. In the end, it didn't really end up adding much texture, so again, that's probably one of the reasons I would not do it next time if I were to do this again. It probably does add just a little bit of protection for the paint, but I think the paint on its own would have been fine in this case. Just kind of an experiment I tried, but probably not something I do again. So once I finished painting my sidewalls, it was then time to kind of figure out what to do with my side panels. So obviously I had the side panels that came with the boat that I could have put back on there. But to be honest, they weren't in the greatest of shape. They would have been workable, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. So what I ended up coming up with, I went and got some PVC boards. So typically these PVC boards are something that you'd find probably on the exterior of a house. They're used as like trim boards around a garage door or a front door. They basically have a wood grain texture on the front, and then they're just flat on the back. They just kind of have a rough edge as well. Obviously, I wanted something that was an exterior product that wouldn't have issues with rot or weather or things like that. So this is kind of a good alternative to treated plywood in this case. So I just picked up a few of these. I got one that was 8 inches wide, kind of for the bottom here, and then I got one on the top that was 6 inches wide. So I just kind of cut those to length and gave them a little bit of an angle at each end to kind of just follow the contours of the boat. And then I painted those brown with that kind of wood grain they already have stamped on. That kind of goes with the dash of the boat and things like that. Just kind of keeping with this overall style of the boat and the era of the boat. And then my plan for these as well is on the bottom ones I'm going to have speakers in there. They're just the right size. They're 8 inches wide, so they're just the right size to have a inset flush mount speaker set in there. And then on the driver's side, as you can see, I've mounted the controller for my outboard motor on there as well. So overall, some good progress so far on the boat. A lot of the cosmetic work is now done. I think all the painting that I plan to do at the moment is done. I think kind of my next step here is going to be to do some electrical work. I want to do some wiring and some new accessories. Like I said, I'm putting in some speakers. This boat's never had a radio, so I'll be putting in a radio head unit, doing a horn, rewiring the lights, things like that. So stay tuned for all of that and more in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching.